Welcome back. Now, so many Irish consumers are switching their shopping habits from the high street to online stores that by 2021, an estimated 84% of us will buy directly from the internet. Now, currently, the UK is one of the most popular online markets with Irish consumers, but what will happen post-Brexit?
Well, the Brexit can may have been kicked down the road again, but when does it happen? And how will it affect consumers' rights when they purchase from a UK-based trader? Which is why the European Consumer Centre Ireland is urging consumers to take precautions just in case something does go wrong. Here to explain, our consumer expert, Siobhan Maguire. Siobhan, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Where do we start? My
Please
goodness.
don't fall asleep because we're talking Brexit.
No, because it actually has such a direct impact on us in terms of, and we're focusing on online shopping this morning. New figures show that Irish consumers spent about 5 billion online last year, with almost 2/3 of that. Around 3 billion spent with retailers outside of Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do need to know our rights and where we stand.
We 100% we do with the UK because with Brexit and the air of uncertainty that will linger for another 6 months,
at least,
we have no idea what's going to happen in relation to our shopping rights. The likes of buying from ASOS.com for your clothes, for example, Amazon.co.uk. A lot of people buy their books via their Kindle.
Yeah.
Their Amazon accounts are based in the UK. So what's going to happen after Brexit? Now, there is talk, there has been talk that Amazon has contacted various warehouses with the idea of potentially setting up something in terms of like an Amazon.ie site.
like a hub.
Exactly. But then there was also rumours that Amazon were saying that they might have to cease trading with European countries for a while until they kind of figure out what's going to happen. Now, that's very extreme, and I can't see that happening. I think a hub in a member state country might be an easier way to do business. But certainly these are the finer details that shoppers are up against.
It's going to change the way we buy things in terms of where we buy them, isn't it? Particularly if our consumer rights change. I mean, that's the question we're trying to answer this morning is what changes if the UK is no longer a part of the European Union?
Right.
How does that affect us buying online?
It essentially will be the same as us buying from the States.
Okay, so the same
So
rights
at the
apply.
moment, yes, if we buy from the States at the moment, we have hefty shipping charges. We have VAT over purchases, on purchases over €22, and then we have duties applied on purchases over €150, and that's going to happen, in the UK. That is, they're predicting that shipping charges will go up by 40%. So that dress you buy, and if it's over €150, you can add you've got your VAT on top of that, and then you have a 12% duty, so you're looking at paying around about €175, €180 for that dress that you thought was a good price.
But I'd imagine quite simply then, maybe you can answer this, Mianna. Well, people just won't buy that dress anymore from that person.
It might give the local retailers here a bounce. Do you think, if there's so many charges? Because I think when you hear it from a US website, you do think, oh, the duty and the charges and everything, it's not worth it.
Yes.
So will we start to think like that about UK websites as well?
We may well do, but also there may be scope for UK businesses to take all of this into account. So it might be a case of if tariffs are applied, that perhaps the product itself can be reduced in price so that there isn't too much of a difference in terms of
I mean,
how
they'll
much
need to do
extra
something to incentivise that business. Talk to us about geo-blocking and what exactly that is and how it's going to change, Siobhan.
Yeah, and this is fantastic, Anna, and actually it will kind of offset the crisis coming out of Brexit and how we shop from the UK. So last month, the European Parliament voted to remove cross-border online shopping, the barriers. Now, these barriers are known as geo-blocking, and they essentially mean that if I'm shopping, say, from an online dress shop, say, that has stores across Europe, and we know that some prices are cheaper in Spain or France compared to the price in Ireland. So if I'm trying to buy from their website in Spain, say, I am politely and helpfully redirected back to their .ie site where the price is higher.
To keep the business here.
To keep the business here, and because we're paying more. Irish and UK customers tend to pay more in relation to stores from member state countries because they add on the shipping charges, etc. That's all gone from the end of the year. Now, the European Commission did an amazing survey, a mystery shopping survey, that found that 63% of websites across the EU at the moment do this geo-blocking. And one of the significant areas where this will be applied and people at home will be interested in is concert tickets or sports tickets. At the moment, you have to buy various things through .ie websites. And from the end of the year, you'll be able to go and buy your tickets to see a football match in France from a French website and pay the exact same money that a French person is paying for that match.
So from a consumer and a punter and a fan's point of view, this is good news, isn't it?
It really is, yeah, because it's unfair. So this is adding an element of transparency into the whole online shopping experience.
Okay.
We did have a query, one of the queries that came into us. I have a faulty refurbished phone. What are my rights?
Yeah, so we actually got 2 queries in relation to refurbished phones. And lots of people buy these now. There's loads of these phone shops popping up around the country. And some people think, oh, well, you know, can I buy a phone from this place? Is it refurbished? Is it brand new? They sell both. So if you buy a refurbished phone, they're selling it to you as you're seeing the product. They're telling you it's refurbished. They're telling you that it's had a bit of a history. So you're buying knowing that. Now, you can absolutely get the finer details as to, you know, what has been refurbished within that phone. But if it's being sold to you, it's going to be a perfectly good and functioning phone.
It has to be.
It has to be. And if it breaks down, then your statutory rights still apply. Repair, replace or refund. There's absolutely no difference there.
Good, okay. So yes is their answer.
So yes is the answer, yeah. Do you know what you're getting into, I suppose, and you know exactly what you're buying?
You do,
Much like a second-hand car or something along those lines.
Exactly.
Can I ask you about payment online once Brexit happens? PayPal, is that still the safest method?
Well, using and this brings us back actually to the European Consumer Centre Ireland and its guidelines and tips. And they basically advise that you use a debit or credit card. Therefore, if there's any problems, you're entitled to a cashback within the transaction. Yeah, and you will get that from PayPal as well. They have a very good disputes section as well, where they will kind of handhold the customer through any problems as well.
The bizarre thing though is, Siobhan, as you say, like the can's being kicked down the road, but if and when it happens, you know, because the lawmakers in terms of consumer rights, how do they know what to put in place when they don't know what Brexit looks like yet? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's the uncertainty.
It is the uncertainty.
And that's just making the markets nervous, I'd imagine, and consumers nervous.
It's making consumers nervous, but also with the likes of the geo-blocking being lifted and stuff, it's going to make online shopping within member state countries even easier for shoppers. So it might force UK retailers to go, you know what, we really, really need to decide what we're going to do here and make some provisions.
Things. And I suppose from a viewer's point of view, we may never have read properly the terms and conditions before. You know, when you're shopping online, and you just scroll through all that text, don't you? Next page to the checkout. Now we do need to read those terms and conditions.
Most definitely. And again, that's what ECC Ireland are telling us to do. I mean, it's hugely important. I mean, there's absolutely... There may be some kind of stipulation in it that basically states that post-Brexit you're not going to get your money back because they don't know what they're going to be able to do with it. So
fun times ahead, Siobhan. Fun times ahead.
Conditions. Yeah.
Thank you very much, as always.
Right, if you have any consumer queries that you need help with, drop us a line. The email address is weekendam@virginmedia.ie.
You're going to be busy. Up next, more styles for a weekend breakaway. Stay with us.